Welcome students. Today we are going to start with our 10th chapter of science, that is force and types of forces. Before that, children, they have given us some pictures. They are asking us to observe them and discuss. So below that pictures, some questions are asked and these are the various actions. Okay, so let us look at the pictures also and answer those questions also one by one. The first question is, will a boat move ahead unless pushed with the help of an oar? Children, this in the first picture the person is carrying this oar. Okay, this iron stick, it's called as an oar. Children, with the help of this oar, what happens, that person sitting in the boat is exerting force, and with the help of that force, what happened, the boat is moving ahead. If that oar is not having with him, if he's not having that oar, what happens, the force will not be applied and he will not able to move the boat. Okay, so the first question was, will a boat move ahead unless the pushed with the help of an oar? The answer is no. Second question, who exerts a force to move a bullock cart forward? Children, down, this is the bullock cart. Okay, uh, who is exerting the force to move this bullock cart ahead? Definitely these are the bullocks. They are exerting the force, and with the help of that force, what happens, the bullock cart is moving ahead. Okay, unless the bullocks will apply force, what happens, the bullock cart will not move. Similarly, in the first picture also, with the help of this oar, the person is applying the force, and with the help of that only the boat was moving ahead. Otherwise it was difficult for that person to move the boat. Okay, then third one, what makes the ball move during the game of a football? How does its direction changes? Children, down here, see this picture, this boy is kicking the football. Okay, so what makes the ball move during a football? When the boy is exerting a force, he's kicking, applying the force with the help of his leg, then only the ball is moving. And how does its direction changes? Its direction changes in the as its direction changes in the where he pushes the ball. Okay, so the ball moves in that direction. Fourth one, will the wheel go forward if it is not pushed with a stick? Children, see, this is the picture again. This boy is moving this wheel with the help of this stick. If that boy is not applying the force with the help of that stick, that wheel will not move. So that was your fourth question. Will the wheel go forward? No, children, if it is not pushed with a stick. So when we kick the football coming in our direction towards the goal, we apply force. Okay, in our day-to-day life, we do many actions such as lifting, pulling, riding a bicycle, okay, pushing a road, squeezing or bending something, and driving vehicles. It is necessary to apply force for all these actions. Children, in our day-to-day life, we do this all actions, yes or no? We are lifting some other things. Lifting means picking up the things from the ground. We are pulling, we are riding a bicycle. Okay, we are pushing a load, we are squeezing, we are bending down, okay, with your body, uh, to pick up the things, yes or no? To do the exercise, you are bending, yes or no? Something, and driving vehicles. So for all these actions we need to apply force, children, yes or no? For doing many actions in our day-to-day life, we have to apply force. If we don't apply force, we will not able to do all these actions which are mentioned: lifting, pulling, riding a bicycle, pushing, squeezing, bending. All these actions will not be possible if we do not apply a force. So to do any action or to do any work, what is necessary to be applied, children? Force. So force is applied to an object to pull it or push it in any manner. Now children, very important, see this table, what it says: no object can changes its position on its own. Children, no object can change its position on its own. See, that was a ball. That ball is, unless pushed by a boy, that ball will not change its place, yes or no? Force is required to move an object. Force is used to change the direction. If that boy is kicking this ball, what happens, this ball will change its place also, its direction will also change as the boy applies what? Force. So force is changed to move that object also, to change the direction of that object also, or even to stop the object also. Understood? So what is necessary, children? Force. Now children, can you tell what happens when you hold the two ends of a spring and pull them apart? In this first picture, see here, children, This is a spring. What happens when you stretch the two ends of this spring? What happens? The spring will change its shape. Yes or no? What happens? The shape of the spring will change. If you leave it, what happens? It will come back to the original one. Okay, if you lose your shape, if you lose your shape, force, what happens? That spring will come back to its own original place. Now what happens when a blacksmith hammers a red hot piece of iron? See in this second picture, this is a blacksmith. He is hammering, okay, and that hot piece, hot iron piece. What happened? If he is hammering, what will happen? Definitely the shape will change. Its shape will change. So force is necessary, very important. First thing, the force is necessary to change the shape of an object. If you don't apply a force, the shape of an object will not change. To change an object's shape, you need to apply a force. Now children, let's move ahead. We are going to see, first we have seen what is force. Now we are going to see the next part of this chapter, that is some types of force in detail. So very first type of force which we are going to study is the muscular force. Children, in all the actions shown in the picture 10.1, the movement takes place with the help of bones and muscles in the body. So no children, the person in the picture alongside is lifting a weight. Can you see this person? He is lifting weight. Okay, so he is applying his muscular force. Yes or no? So if the person is using muscles to apply a force, that force is called as a muscular force. Example, you can give it of lifting a weight, a person lifting a weight. As for lifting a weight, you need to apply this, your muscles, muscular forces should be applied. Then only what happen, the weight can be lifted. So what is the definition? Very important. The force applied with the help of muscles is called muscular force. Example, the person lifting a weight. This was the first force, muscular force. Very simple. The force which is applied with the help of your muscles of your body, that is called as what? Muscular force. Okay. Now use your brain power. For which task in your day-to-day life do you use muscular force? That you have to write down the examples. Okay. Now second thing is, second type of force, let's move ahead, that is the mechanical force. Let's study in detail about second type of force in detail, that is mechanical force. We use different machines for your many tasks. Yes or no children? Nowadays for doing task means work, you are using different machines. Muscular force is used for running some machines. Muscular force is used for running machines. Some machines are run by using electricity or fuel. You all know children, machines we used, but that machines first manually the person is what they are applying, they are making it into use, and that machines they run on electricity or fuel. Machines like the later are called automatic machines because a mechanical force is used here. For example, sewing machine, electric pump, washing machine, mixer, etc. Make a list of other such machines. Children, here are the pictures shown. These are the different machines which we use in our day-to-day life. The force applied by means of a machine is called as a mechanical force. You can give of many examples of machines like sewing machine, electric pump, washing machine, mixer, etc. Okay. Some machine children they run by using electricity or fuel, so they are machines like later are called automatic machines, while mechanical force is used here because mixer cannot be run, mixer is a machine but it cannot be run without a person is applying, first he is putting the things inside that jar, okay, chutney which is to be made, then he is putting that, the person is fitting it into the fitting properly, then he moves the buttons properly. Yes or no? So this is machine only, but it is a running with the help of a person is using it, he is applying, because a mechanical force is used here, mechanical force is also used and that machine is also there. So that type of force which is applied by means of a machine, it's called as a mechanical force. You can give the examples of sewing machine, electric pump, washing machine, etc. The force applied by means of a machine. Now let's move to the third part, third force, that is gravitational force. If an object is thrown upwards by applying force, it reaches a certain height and comes down again. Children, anything if you throw up, what happens after some times? Definitely that will come down again to a ground. Why does this happen? Why do the fruits on the trees fall to the ground only? Why do not they go to the sky? Because the earth pulls the objects towards itself. Our earth has a pulling capacity. Our earth has one force. That force is known as a gravitational force. Due to that, what happens? Anything which is thrown upwards, afterwards it falls to the ground only, because the earth has got an gravitational force. So what is the definition of this? The force applied by the earth to pull object towards itself is called gravitational force. Example, falling down of a ball and a mango. You can give of any example. You have to first write down the definition. What is gravitational force? The force applied by the earth to pull the objects towards itself is called gravitational force. Anything that is thrown upwards will come down to the earth only, because the earth has got a pulling capacity. The earth has gravitational force. Okay, example, falling down of a ball and a mango. Now this is some extra information. In the past, Sir Isaac Newton discovered gravitation in the 7th century. Scientist Newton discovered this gravitation. Thus, gravitational force acts in a direction opposite to that of an object moving upwards. Anything which is thrown upwards will definitely, due to the gravitational force, what happens? It comes down. Hence, the speed of that object goes on decreasing till in the end it becomes zero. When you throw upwards, its speed, when it becomes zero, what happens? It will come down to the earth. Then the object starts falling down instead of going up any further. While falling, its speed goes on increasing all the time due to the gravitational force. Again, when it is falling down, its speed goes on increasing, okay, till it falls down, okay, due to the gravitational force. So who discovered this gravitational force? Sir Isaac Newton. Okay, gravitational force. So we have studied till here. Okay, we will see this also. Let's try this. Take a small stone and a bucket full of water. Drop the stone into the water from a height of about 20 centimeter. You will hear the sound of the stone dropping in the water. Now drop the same stone into the water from a height of about 100 centimeter. You will hear its sound again. Children, you have to do this activity the boys doing here. You have to take a bucket, okay, and you have to take a small stone, okay. You have to drop the stone only into that water, but the height is different, okay. One's height you have to take it, drop the stone from 20 centimeter height, and the other you have to drop the stone from 100 centimeter height, okay. So you will hear the sound, but the difference will be there, okay. So what is the difference in the sound in the two actions? One, you drop from 20 centimeter height that stone into that bucket, and one you drop from 100 centimeter. You will get to hear the sound, but the difference will be there. So what can you conclude from this? Second activity of this lifting. These persons are lifting a sack. The actions of lifting a sack are shown in the picture. One sack looks empty, the other one is full. Can you see, children? The first person is carrying a sack. I think this one is empty, and this one is full. This sack is full, so he is also carrying a sack. One sack looks empty, the other one is full. What difference do you notice in the way the two sacks are lifted? There is a difference, no? So the gravitational force on the empty sack is less, so that is why its weight is less. Children, here what happens? That sack is empty, so the gravitational force which is acting on that is less. And here what happens? The gravitational force on the bigger sack is more, because in the other words, bag weighs more. That is why here the bag weight is more. So greater force must be applied to lift a greater weight. That is why, children, when we carry a greater weight things, you have to apply a greater weight, because of the gravitational force which is acting on that objects. So here we have done this activity also. The gravitational force operates between the sun and the planets in the solar system also, children. Because of this, the planets revolve around the sun. Due to the gravitational force only, what happens? The planets are revolving around the sun. At the same time, gravity also operates between planets and their satellites. Then why don't all the planets and satellites fall towards the sun? That you have to think. Children, very good question. Use your brain power. Which forces are acting upon an aeroplane taking off into the sky? So here we have seen till the three forces. mechanical force, muscular force. Muscular force, the force applied with the help of muscles, is called muscular force. Lifting a weight, the force applied by means of a machine is called a mechanical force. Here the man is only applying a means he is only using it, but machines are made into use. That is why the force applied by means of a machine is called as a mechanical force. Third one, gravitational force. The force applied by earth to pull the object towards itself is called gravitational force. And this was the two activities. Greater force is applied on the greater force is applied to lift a greater weight because the gravitational force acts on it is more. So here we have done three forces. In the remaining, in the second video we will see, the second part we will see the remaining force: magnetic force, frictional force and electrostatic force. So till then, read your lesson from textbook thoroughly.